जलाओ, जलाने आती है। आज ज्वालामुखी योग आता है कि साधारण योग आता है। ज्वालामुखी बनो, लाइट माइट हाउस। तो ये पसंद है। अटेंशन प्लीज। मैं को चला। बाप दादा जब मैं का गीत सुनता है ना तो स्विच बंद कर देता है। वाह के गीत होते हैं तो आवाज बड़ा कर देते हैं। क्यों मैं खिंचावट बहुत होती है। हर बात में खिंचावट करेंगे, ये नहीं, ऐसा नहीं, वैसा नहीं। तो खिंचावट होने के कारण तनाव पैदा हो जाता है। बाप दादा को लगाओ तनाव और स्वभाव, उल्टा स्वभाव। वास्तव में स्वभाव शब्द का अर्थ बहुत अच्छा है। स्वभाव, स्व का भाव, लेकिन उसको उल्टा कर दिया। न बात की खिंचावट में करो, न अपने तरफ कोई को खिंचाओ, वो भी बहुत परेशानी करता है। कोई कितना भी आपको कहे लेकिन अपने तरफ नहीं खींचो। न बात को खींचो, न अपने तरफ खींचो। खिंचावट खत्म। बाबा बाबा और बाबा। पसंद है ना? 3 बातें या एक मैं को छोड़ के जाना, या साथ नहीं लेके जाना। ट्रेन में बोझ हो जाएगा। आपका गीत है, मैं बाबा की बाबा मेरा, है ना? तो मैं रखो, 2 मैं कदम। होली मना ली, चला दिया। संकल्प में अभी तो संकल्प करेंगे। किया, संकल्प किया, हाथ उठाओ। किया कि थोड़ा थोड़ा रहेगा, नहीं थोड़ा छुट्टी देवे। हाँ, थोड़े की छुट्टी देवे छुट्टी नहीं दे। जो समझते हैं थोड़े की छुट्टी होनी चाहिए, वो हाथ उठाओ। थोड़ा तो रहेगा ना? नहीं रहेगा। आप तो बहुत बहादुर हो, मुबारक हो। खुशी में नाचो गाओ, तनाव में नहीं, खिंचातान में नहीं। अच्छा, आज होली है ना, इसलिए बाप दादा भी चलाने का कहते हैं। अभी क्या करना है?
माता पिता सद्गुरु सखा तुम्हें तो एक हमारे हो। शिक्षक तुम्हें, रक्षक तुम्हें, दिल के तुम्हें सहारे हो। मिला सारे रिश्तों का प्यार तुमसे।
ओम शांति।
अरे शिव की याद रहेगी तब आँखों में समाया वो होगा। हम धन्य तभी बन पाएंगे जब ऐसा प्रिय जीवन होगा। यहाँ हमारा तन होगा, वहाँ हमारा मन होगा।
ओम शांति। अव्यक्त परिवार में आपका स्वागत है। आज है दिन तो सहयोगी बनना है तो परमात्म प्यार के अनुभवी बनो। आज का विषय है परमात्म प्यार की डोर। यह परमात्म प्यार की डोर दूर दूर से खींच कर ले आती है। यह ऐसा सुखदाई प्यार है जो इस प्यार में एक सेकंड भी खो जाओ तो अनेक दुख भूल जाएंगे और सदा के लिए सुख के झूले में झूलने लगेंगे। बाप का आप बच्चों से इतना प्यार है जो जीवन के सुख शांति की सब कामनाएं पूर्ण कर देते हैं। बाप सुख ही नहीं देते लेकिन सुख के भंडार का मालिक बना देते हैं। अभी हम मोहिनी दीदी से सुनेंगे।
ओम शांति। सभी ठीक हैं, मौज में हो। कितना प्यार दिल से बाबा के लिए उमर आता है कि ऐसा बाप, ऐसा टीचर, ऐसा सदगुरु कहाँ मिलेगा। और संगम युग पर अगर मिला है तो बाबा का प्यार और वर्षा, टीचर की पढ़ाई, प्राप्ति और सदगुरु बाबा का वरदान अगर ये स्मृति में लाते रहते हैं तो दिल में सदा ही प्यार भरा रहता है बाबा का। कई योग में बैठते हैं तो सोचते हैं मुझे प्यार का अनुभव हो। देखो, प्यार सिर्फ एक अनुभव करने की बात नहीं, फीलिंग की बात नहीं है, परंतु अपने सारे जीवन में आप देखो, जब हम बाबा से जन्म लेते हैं तो माँ बाप की जो पालना है वो आज तक भी हमको, जो सेंटर निवासी हैं, चाहे प्रवृत्ति में रहते हैं, आप सबको मन में क्योंकि ये भावना रहती है कि ये घर मेरा नहीं है, बाबा का है। जो कुछ अपनी कमाई होती है सब बाबा की है, बाबा की तरफ से मिल रहा है। तो जैसे दिन में रात दिन कई तरह के ऐसे ऐसे अनुभव होते हैं जिससे बाबा का सोचते ही प्यार उमड़ आता है। बाबा जब से आपके बने तो हमारी जीवन कैसी हो गई। सबसे बड़ी बात तो रोज स्टडी करना, ये टीचर का प्यार है। मैं तो कभी कभी सोचती हूँ कि बाबा हम बच्चों को इतना योग्य बनाना चाहते हैं, हर प्रकार की योग्यताएं हम में आए, सोचने समझने की, शरीर से सेवा करने की, धन आदि से यज्ञ में मदद करने की, ये सब बाबा की मदद है। तो शिक्षाएं जो बाबा हमें देते हैं, तो हमारा जो विवेक है, सोचने का तरीका है, वो इतना सुंदर हो जाता है कि सभी आश्चर्य करते हैं। कल बाबा ने भी अव्यक्ति परिवार में कुछ दिन पहले बोला, निर्णय शक्ति बढ़ती है तो निवारण कर पाते हैं। अगर निर्णय शक्ति कम है तो कारण रहता है, निवारण नहीं है। तो कितना टेंशन गया उसके बाद कि मुझे कारण नहीं, कोई भी बात में कारण देना नहीं है, निर्णय करके निवारण कर लो। तो जैसे कि जितना हमारा दिल में कई बार बाबा के सर्व संबंध, बाबा हमारा गाइड है, सदगुरु है, कदम कदम पर बाबा की श्रीमत राय हमें मिली हुई है। और उस श्रीमत का जब हम पालन करते हैं तो प्राप्ति तो होती है। कितना स्पष्ट है, हमें क्या करना है, क्या नहीं करना है। तो इसलिए ये जो टॉपिक है कि अगर सहज योगी बनना है ना, तो क्या करना है, परमात्म हम्म, प्यार का अनुभव रहे सदा। तो आज भी बाबा कह रहे हैं परमात्म प्यार की एक डोर है। हम्म, डोर से बाबा भी खींचते हैं, हम भी खींचते हैं। तो ये परमात्म प्यार की जो डोर दूर दूर से खींच करके ले आती है। इसका मतलब जो हमारे अंदर परमात्मा का प्यार है वो एक रस्सी की तरह है, डोर है मतलब धागा है। वो प्यार बहुत आत्माओं को दूर दूर से खींच के ले आता है। बहुत प्रेम से सभी बाबा के बच्चे जिनमें प्रभु प्रेम होता है उनकी तरफ खींचते आते हैं। तो यह ऐसा सुखदाई प्यार है, क्योंकि जितने भी संसार के प्यार हैं लौकिक रूप में, हर एक में दुख तो होता ही है, सुख भी है तो दुख भी है, चाहे वो व्यक्ति है चाहे वो वस्तु है। तो बाबा कहते हैं एक ऐसा सुखदाई प्यार है, जो इस प्यार से एक सेकंड में, एक सेकंड भी इस प्यार में खो जाओ तो सब दुख भूल जाएंगे। प्रभु प्यार में एक सेकंड भी खो जाओ तो सारे दुख भूल जाएंगे। और बाबा कहते हैं सदा के लिए सुख के झूले में झूलने लगेंगे। कितना अच्छा है। बाबा कहते हैं तो बाप बच्चों से इतना प्यार जो जीवन के सुख शांति की सब कामनाएं पूरी कर देते हैं। हर प्रकार की संभावनाएं, हर प्रकार की सुविधाएं जैसे कि बाबा का बनते हैं, हाँ, तो हमें प्राप्त होती रहती हैं। तो इसको बाबा कह रहे हैं सुख शांति की सब कामनाएं पूर्ण कर देते हैं। बाप सुख नहीं देते हैं, लेकिन सुख के भंडार का मालिक बनाते हैं। सिर्फ सुख नहीं देते हैं, पर सुख के सागर का भंडार। कितनी अच्छी बात है ये कि बाबा को कहते ही है ना सुख का सागर है। तो फिर सबसे बड़ी बात जो दुख देना और लेना है उसकी आदत छोड़ने। लेना भी नहीं है, देते तो नहीं है, तो खुद भी सुखी रहो और दूसरों को भी सदा सुख देते रहो। तो दूसरों के वरदान भी मिलेंगे, और जो वरदान मिलते हैं तो उससे और ज्यादा हर बात में संपन्नता हो जाती है, हर बात में। तो उस संपन्नता से हम और ज्यादा बाबा के प्यार में से भरपूर रहते हैं, डूबे रहते हैं। ओम शांति।
ओम शांति। दादी जी की विशेषताएं तथा अनमोल शिक्षाएं। सच्चाई सफाई के आधार पर सदा निर्माण चित्त। दादी जी कहती, मैंने कभी जीवन में झूठ नहीं बोला। वे सदा ध्यान रखती कि मेरे दिल में कोई के प्रति किचड़ा ना हो। सच्चाई सफाई के आधार से वे सदा निर्माण चित्त रही। वह हम सभी को यही शिक्षा देती कि अंदर में इम्प्योरिटी का, झूठ और ठगी का किचड़ा नहीं होना चाहिए। स्वभाव संस्कारों की गंदगी भी साफ स्वच्छ बनने नहीं देती है। झरमई झुगमई पर चिंतन पर दर्शन करने से बुद्धि में किचड़ा भरता जाता है। खुद को निर्दोषी और दूसरों को दोषी बनाना, यह भी सफाई नहीं है। इसीलिए सच्चे बनो, साफ बनो, जरा भी अंदर देहाभिमान न हो।
अव्यक्त मुरली रिविजन 1969 से। ज्ञान के रतन और स्नेह के मोती।
ओम शांति। अव्यक्त वाणी। भक्तों और पांडवों का पोता मेल। मुरली की तारीख है 2 फरवरी 1976। आज बाप दादा अपने 3 प्रकार के बच्चों का पोता मेल देख रहे थे। 3 प्रकार कौन से? एक, मुखवंशावली ब्राह्मण जो बाप दादा के साथ साथ नई दुनिया की स्थापना के कार्य में सहयोगी हैं। दूसरे, बाप दादा के ब्राह्मणों के सुमिरन में व पुकारने में सदा मस्त रहने वाले भगत। तीसरे, पुरानी दुनिया के परिवर्तन करने अर्थ निमित्त बने हुए यादव। इन तीनों के संबंध से स्थापना का कार्य संपन्न होना है। इसलिए तीनों के कार्य का पोता मेल देख रहे थे। तो क्या देखा? कार्य अर्थ निमित्त बने हुए तीनों प्रकार के बच्चे अपने अपने कार्य में लगे हुए तो जरूर हैं, लेकिन तीनों ही कार्यकर्ताओं के कार्य में जब तक तीव्रता में अति नहीं हुई है तब तक अंत नहीं हो सकता, क्योंकि अंत की निशानी अति है। तीनों में ही कार्य का फोर्स है, लेकिन फुल फोर्स ही कार्य से कोर्स को समाप्त करेगा। भक्तों के पोता मेल में भक्ति के अल्पकाल का फल जो भक्तों को प्राप्त होता है, उसमें देखा कि 75% भगत सिर्फ अपने नाम, मान और शान प्रति स्वार्थ स्वरूप के भगत है। इसीलिए उनके कर्म के फल का खाता समाप्त हुआ पड़ा है। बाबा को फल देने की आवश्यकता नहीं। बाकी 25% भगत नंबरवार लगन प्रमाण भक्ति कर रहे हैं। अच्छा, आगे की मुरली कल सुनेंगे। ओम शांति।
और बड़ी दीदी भी मेरी चाची लगे। ये अर्जुन है ना, अर्जुन की माँ, वो भी बहुत मस्ती में थी। अर्जुन नहीं, नीचे में अर्जुन भाई कहते हैं जिसको, इधर नहीं बैठा, हाँ, जिसको अर्जुन दादा कहते, उनकी माँ भी मेरी चाची थी। और ये आनंद किशोर मेरा चचेरा भाई है। तो हम सब ऐसे एक मोहल्ले में रहते थे। तो बस हमारी तो सबकी लगन थी, जाते थे आते थे, दूसरी कोई दुनिया नहीं, मिलते थे, बस बाबा की बातें करते थे। बस इसी के लिए तो सबके कारण मम्मी पापा भी समझते थे भाई दीदी के साथ जाते आते हैं, तो हमको तो साथ हुआ, फ्रेंड्स हुआ, फिर हमारी तो लगन बढ़ती गई और हम ज्ञान में आती गई। फिर तो बाबा ने क्या नहीं भाषण सिखाया और बोलना सिखाया, मंत्र सिखाया, गीत गाते थे औरों को समझाते थे। फिर तो हमारी ज्ञान की मस्ती क्या थी, न खाना न पीना न सोना, इतनी मस्ती थी जो बिल्कुल दुनिया की कोई स्मृति याद नहीं। फिर एक दूसरी हिस्ट्री सुनाती कहानी। उस टाइम में फिर हम आप लोग को सुनाते। उस टाइम में हम लोग तो छोटे थे, तो रंगीन कपड़ा तो पहनते ही थे, तो ना। तो क्या था, एक हिस्ट्री सुनाती हूँ, मुझे याद है, वो कभी नहीं भूलेंगी। तो जरा सिंधियों की लड़कियां जेवर भी पहनते थे, चूड़ी चेन ये सब कुछ परा रहता था, जेवर भी पहरा रहता था, तो रंगीन कपड़ा भी पहनते थे। तो क्या था कि बाबा का जो घर था ना, मैंने मसाता का पिया घर, तो बाबा का जो घर था वो नीचे बहुत बड़ा था और ऊपर कोठा था। वहाँ बाबा की एक नहीं भाई एक बरसाती रूम होती है ना, ऐसे एकांत की रूम बाबा की ऊपर थी। और तो बाबा बहुत करके उसी रूम में ऊपर रहता था एकांत में। तो क्या हुआ कि हम नीचे से आ रहे थे, हम 3-4 सखियां थी, लीला ये सब की कनी, हम सभी 3-4 सखियां आ रही थी। बाबा कोठे से हम लोगों को देखा, तो देखा हम लोगों को तो रंगीन कपड़ा परा था, कुछ जेवर भी परा था। तो और हम लोग रोज आते थे, और बाबा का घर था बिल्कुल बाजार के बीच में, बाजार के बीच में था ना, बिल्कुल बाजार के बीच में था। हम लोग का घर आप बाजार के बीच में नहीं था, हम लोग तो टकरी पर रहते थे, पर बाबा का घर बिल्कुल जैसे बाजार से पास हो ना, वैसे बाजार के बीच में था। तो दुकान वाले भी यूं देखते थे, वो कोई बाबा देखते थे, हम तो नीचे से आके, तो हम आई अंदर। तो बाबा ने कहा बच्चों को कहो सीधा ऊपर आ गए। बाबा ने ऊपर क्यों बुलाया, हम तो डर गई, बाबा ने ऊपर क्यों बुलाया, पता नहीं क्या काम है बाबा को। क्या इधर बेटी, तुम्हें पेंट कोट वाले से शादी करनी है या पीतांबर वाली से शादी करनी है? ये पहला सवाल बिल्कुल हमारे से बाबा ने शुरू किया। पहले तो हम समझे नहीं, पेंट कोट क्या होता है, पीतांबरी क्या होता है, बाबा क्या कहते हैं, शादी की बात क्यों बाबा पूछता है, हम समझे नहीं। तो कहा मैं पूछता हूँ कि तुम्हें श्री कृष्ण से गिरधर से शादी करनी है या लड़कों से शादी करनी है? मैंने कहा मेरी तो गिरधर से शादी हो गई, मुझे कोई लड़के से थोड़ी शादी करनी है। तो कहा ये जेवर क्यों पहना है, ये रंगीन कपड़ा क्यों पहना है? ये वो पहनते हैं जिसको लड़कों को पसंद है। ये एकदम बाबा का शब्द है। वो दिन ये दिन ना हमने जेवर पहना न रंगीन कपड़ा पहना, उसी दिन रंगीन कपड़े को त्याग।
था दरस शिव नूर का भी स्वर्ग सी एक नई दुनिया दिखी, रही साथ रब के जो अंत आदि, प्रकाश की मणि है अपनी दादी। वो प्यारी दादी होनारी दादी, सबकी दुलारी है हमारी दादी, हमारी दादी। In order to be an easy yogi, become experienced in God's love, the string of God's love. The string of God's love pulls you close from far, far away. This is love that gives you such happiness that when you become lost in this love for even a second, you will forget all the many sorrows and will continue to swing in the swing of happiness for all time. The Father has so much love for you children, that all your desires for happiness and peace in life become fulfilled. Not only does the Father give you happiness, but He makes you into a master of a treasure store of happiness. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avyakti Parivar. Today's day 2. In order to be an easy yogi, become experienced in God's love. Today's topic: the string of God's love. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Everyone okay? Everyone is good? It's so beautiful topic. Our hearts are full of love for Baba. It's really our fortune, it's the blessings that Baba adopted us. Sometimes Baba asks this question that who was looking for you? You were looking for me or I was looking for you? Did you find me or I found you? So we say, Baba, we were looking for you. Baba said, but I found you, right? So it's such a beautiful question, which is heart-searching kind of question that Baba found me. There are so many billions of souls in the world, but Baba found me, then Baba adopted me, and then Baba making me his heir soul. Heir soul is one who will inherit everything from Baba. So Baba's love, eternal love, love of parents and child, in Lokik life in the world, parents are just for limited time, one birth. Then next birth there are another parents, then another parents. Like this we have 84 births, so 84 parents. But the parents of the soul is one supreme soul. Mhm. He is mother and father both. Of course, later on, when he adopts us, then Brahma Baba becomes mother and Shiv Baba is father. So we say Bap Dada. So there is so much love of father. And for teacher, I am so amazed sometimes. You know what? He wants to make us very worthy from human to deity. Right? So Baba says that, and that's only through teachings. Then he talks of royal manners, everything royal. And Baba set example through Brahma Baba and Dadis also. Every Dadi was also royal in the sense of the way they loved us, they cared for us, they provided us, they sustained us, right? Very royal way. You don't have to beg or ask for anything, but they will take care. Mhm. So it's so interesting that the love of Sadguru, love of friend, love of guide. Baba says that the string of God's love is only a string. It's not a rope, right? The string of God's love pulls you close from far, far away. There are souls, suddenly when they feel, even for a second, God's love through us, they are so much pulled, right? So Baba says, this is the love that gives you such happiness that when you become lost in this love, or even a second, you will, even in a second, you will forget all the, you forget all the sorrows. And Baba says, then continue to swing in the swing of happiness. It's so beautiful. So now, are you all sitting on the swing of happiness? So Baba says, the Father has so much love for you. Father has so much love for you. So Baba says that children, so much love for you children, that all your desires for happiness and peace in life are fulfilled. All the desires for happiness and peace become fulfilled. Not only does the Father give you happiness, but He also makes you into the master of the treasures of happiness. Treasure, knowledge is the treasure, Baba's virtues, Baba's relationships. So when I am with Baba as teacher, I am receiving the treasures. So that's called becoming the master, right? He adopts, he makes us masters. So all what Baba has becomes mine, right? Is combined. So it's really so beautiful. I am thinking about and I am speaking, feeling so much fortunate, intoxicated that what Baba has given me is not only unlimited but also makes us the masters. No giving and taking of sorrow, only happiness. And that is what we receive when we belong to Baba. So such is lovely Baba, and how much love He has for us, we experience day and night. So now, when there is love, there is remembrance, right? And remembrance is called yoga. Where else, what else we will think? Only Baba, what Baba is giving us, Baba's task. So it's like constantly Baba is in our heart. And that is called Sahaj Yoga, easy yoga. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, everyone. Om Shanti, Sister Gayatri.
Om Shanti Devpai, Om Shanti Avyakti Parivar.
So, Didi is in transit to Madhuban, and here we are having this beautiful opportunity to talk about the subject of love. And what more do we want other than talking about love, especially in the month of August, when we're all remembering Dadi Prakashmani, who was so much, I guess, known for her love and sharing nothing but love. So I'll be asking few questions to Sister Gayatri. But I guess maybe first one to start with, on a casual way, I want to ask you, Did Baba find you, or you found Baba, Sister Gayatri?
He found me.
Was it difficult for him to find you?
I don't know, you have to ask him that question, but he found me across the seven seas. I was like way across the seven seas from India, but he managed to find me, and he found me, and I was born from the thought of Baba. I'm a thought-born child of Baba in this birth anyway. I think I was a word, I met him in my last birth, so I would have been the mouth-born child in my last birth. But in this birth, I'm his thought-born child. So I think that thought would have been full, 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 and overflowing with love. So yes, he did pull me with a string of love.
And that itself is amazing, right? Like, as you say, seven seas across, and to find all the way from the route where he started back in India, and here crossing all the continents to come to this Americas and to find. And I know that from there, lots of service took place, and then so many souls have emerged. So definitely, to me, that is for sure sign of God's love. One thing that I want to ask you today is this whole subject of experiencing God's love in yoga, or making remembrance really easy, like as it is Sahaj Yoga. My question to you, Sister Gayatri, is it that we sit in yoga to experience Baba's love, or we experience Baba's love that makes us sit in yoga?
Well, I think it's both. But even before we sit in Baba's yad, remembrance, to experience his love, or I experience his love and then I sit in yoga, I think before we even look at that, Baba always says, you are reaping the fruit of the bhakti that you did. And for me, the question to ask is, did I always have love for God, even when I was on the path of bhakti? And if I wasn't even on the path of bhakti, and I was just, an ordinary person who didn't do bhakti, but still, was there an element of love for God in me? Now, I know people say that I wasn't seeking God, but I was seeking truth. And as soon as I heard the truth, I recognized that this was God. And so I still think that that love for truth, in a way, was connected for love, connected to love for God. And so for me, it is as if the soul in the soul there is this sacred space that was reserved only for God, and in this sacred space was the love. Even if it was just a drop of it, that love remained in the sacred space of the soul. So when I came to Baba and I met Baba and I heard what Baba was saying to me, that one drop emerged, and that connected me to Baba in a very profound way. So when I said the word Baba, that love flowed drop after drop after drop. And then, of course, it grew into something that is unlimited. I wouldn't say the ocean, but almost like the ocean for him. So when I'm remembering Baba, I am continuing with something I always have within me. And that is what connects me to him. And that is what connects him to me. But it is not just in the connection. It is in the relationship I have with Baba. So that love, when I'm thinking of Baba as the father, that love takes on a unique form. When I'm thinking of Baba as the teacher, it takes on a different form. And when I think of Baba as the Satguru, it takes on a different form. When I think of Baba as the friend, it takes on a different form. And when I think of Baba as the beloved or the mother, it takes on different forms. So it is not just when I'm sitting to remember Baba, Amrit Vela, or in the evening, or my traffic control, but it's a continuous relationship that I have with Baba throughout the day. So if I don't have relationships with Baba, then I wouldn't feel that love. I would just, when I sit to remember him, then I would force myself to feel that love, or I would feel I'm not receiving love from Baba. But if it's a continuous experience throughout the day, through the different relationships with Baba, then that love is always being experienced between me and Baba throughout the day, in the different things that I do, in the different relationships that I turn to him with. And it's a beautiful experience to have, because it is only through relationships that the soul feels fulfilled. The soul feels satisfied. The soul feels seen. The soul feels appreciated. So it kind of holds on to the one who's making it feel these things. So, for instance, the soul experiences a love with my teacher because my teacher respects my ability to understand the truth. And that gives me such a profound love for the truth.
Mm.
Why? Because the teacher has that faith in me that I'm able to understand the subtleties of the knowledge that he's giving me to the extent that I become the embodiment of that truth.
Beautiful. That's so nice. You know, I feel personally that all these relationships are actually the way, like you're saying, throughout the day, if I'm able to bring these relationships into my awareness, that I can experience Baba's love, which is kind of different from what we experienced, even if we had love for God on the path of devotion. Is there any one particular relationship that is close to you with Baba than other relationships? Or
I,
a relationship that makes you more close to Baba or quickly to have a connection with him rather than many others?
I think there are two very beautiful relationships I've had with Bap Dada.
Mhm.
And one is the mother-father relationship, very much, very strong. And of course, the mother nurturing me, knowing my mistakes, but loving me anyway, knowing my weaknesses, but knows I'm more than my weaknesses. And so that, when I was in front of Baba, I always felt nurtured, always felt cared for, always felt he deeply knew me. And so it didn't matter, those things will go. And of course, the father, I felt very strong in terms of, I always would say, don't ever, Baba, don't ever let me do something that in my ignorance that would separate me from you as my father. In other words, don't let me do something that would defame you. And through that defamation, I would feel a distance. So I'm very, very careful, not in a way that makes me stress out, but careful that when I'm giving Baba's gyan, or when I am representing Baba in any way, or even through my behavior, if I did something that my father would have to correct me for, I don't like that. So the father figure is very strong within me, to respect his beard, to respect his honor, those kinds of things. But then there was a playful relationship that I had with Baba too, or Baba would have with me, and Baba would tease me. When he would say things to me, he would tease me almost to the point in which I would feel shy. So I would always say, well, maybe this is the beloved. This is the way the beloved would interact with the soul, its lover. So these are my favorite relationships with Baba.
Wonderful. Regarding the awakening signal tomorrow that we are going to practice, it's very beautiful as I heard it. How Baba is actually moving us from sorrow to make us swing in the swing of happiness. And is it stop there? Then, giving us the treasures of happiness doesn't stop there. Unlimited happiness, masters of the unlimited treasures. That is so nice that, where we were experiencing sorrow to where we're going to in our lives. Would you be able to share any experience that you would have had where, there is a sense of peacelessness or sorrow for whatever reason, and you sat in yoga with Baba? Many times when we sit in yoga, we do remember the events that took place. But your experience was such that you sat in yoga and that love pulled you. And exactly as it said in the signal, that from sorrow, you kind of transition into that swing of happiness.
I have many experiences, but I think there's one that I would say that sometimes you would sit as an individual with Baba, and Baba would then help you if you're going through something that is causing sorrow. But sometimes he would send an instrument, and through that instrument, you would be helped. So I'd like to bring Dadi Ji into this picture of how Baba helped to remove sorrow from me through her. And it was in 1986 that we had the Million Minutes of Peace Appeal that became the famous outreach project that the Brahmakumaris became very well known for, especially at the UN, in so much that they got Peace Messenger awards. And so I was very involved in that project. And Dadi Kumarka had come, Dadi Prakashmani had come to do the culmination of the minutes, handing them over to the Secretary General, and we had the big event here in New York. But it was a lot of work. And so I didn't know she was observing me throughout the whole time she was here. And she obviously was noticing my what was going on with me, and I wasn't even aware she was noticing it. So when she was leaving, she said to me, "Come in the car and come with me to the airport." So I went into the car with her, and she said to me, join me in the plane from London to Mumbai. Because in those days, Air India didn't do a direct flight, New York, Mumbai, or Delhi, or wherever. It always would go via London. So she went New York, London, and she was staying a few days in London, and then the flight was going to Mumbai on another day. And so she says, "Come and be with me." And of course, I thought she was just being nice. So I didn't even bother. I just said, "Yes, Daddy," but I wasn't going to do it because imagine just after a big program in those days, you don't want to go anywhere. And of course, it was costly in those days to travel. So then she called Sister Mohini and she said, I told Gayatri to come with me to India. Is she coming? And Sister Mohini says, well, Gayatri didn't tell me anything. So then when Sister Mohini hang up, Sister Mohini says, I'm booking your ticket and you're going to go meet Dadi in London and you'll go with her to India. So that's how it happened. And then Dadi said to her, put Gayatri on as well. And then when I went on the phone and I said, Dadi, yes. And she said, did you book your ticket? And I said, no. And she says, book your ticket. This is Srimat. So if she says that to you, you can't say anything to her, right? Because she said it's the Sriman. So then I went to India with her. And when we arrived in Madhuban, she says, you will stay here for 15 days because I booked the ticket for a return for 15 days. And she says, all I want you to do is that I want you to wake up for Amrit Vela. I want you to come to Murli class, and I want you to have your meals with Ishu Dadi and Lachu Dadi because Dadi was going off on a tour of India. So she left and she left me these directions. And I said, well, what will I do with the rest of the day? She says, I don't know what you want to do, but it's for you to do whatever you want. So I did exactly what she says. And then I rested and rested and rested. And when she came back, I felt that there was such a shift inside of me. I became light, I became easy. And in 15 days, when I was leaving, she said to me that, how do you feel now? And I said, I feel very happy. I feel I can go back and do that project all over again. And then she says, well, this was what Baba wanted for you to feel.
Mm.
She says, you were very, very tired. And that tiredness would have led you to deep sorrow.
Mm.
And she says you were not even aware of it, but Baba made her aware of it. So it's as though she preempted it. You know, she knew that this was going to happen to me. And so rather than for me to get to the point of when tiredness was going to turn to sorrow, she picked me up at the level of tiredness. So it didn't get into sorrow. And I thought, how smart of Baba using her to get me to do it and give me a plan of what to do. So I feel that, you know, some of these things, when I remember, particularly for this month for Dadiji, it really makes you feel how much Baba cared for us. And so when he talked about, you know, pulling you with the strings, sometimes he used to use the daddies a lot to pull us with these strings. And because they knew exactly what was going on in terms of the process you were going through. And so I always felt that Daddy understood me better than I understood myself. And so Baba used her to help me get rid of that sorrow. And then it was true. It's true because when sorrow is removed, happiness is left. You're left with
Mm.
a lot of happiness, and you feel light. You feel as though you could go conquer the whole world with that lightness.
Beautiful. This kind of connects to what Didi was saying. The way Baba loves us, the way Dadi's thought was very royal.
Mhm.
And this story you are telling is really like that. Like Dadi didn't tell you, you are tired now, come to Madhuban. There was not even a talk about it. It's a whole big, like higher planning that was happening almost, but
Yeah.
very royal way. And this is definitely something that worth for us to put into action in our own lives. How can we express this royal way of loving, caring that our seniors are doing and Baba has done for us? Um, is there a way that, like we had this experience of care and love from Baba through Dadis and through seniors, but in working with pairs and instruments and students here, many times we hear that, I don't experience Baba's love um, in this way, or there is a lot of dryness inside. There is no that, feeling of some attainment inside, but they're making all the best efforts that they can. What do you think is missing? Is it that they're just intellectually processing the knowledge? Or is it that, like you said earlier, not having all relationships with Baba? Or is it their, I mean, I don't want to say karma, but that's very strong, I feel. But what is it? Like, why would sometimes one not, instead of putting all the efforts in their own way, why would one not feel Baba's love or care even, like the way you're describing?
I believe, and I don't want to say it is the cause of it, but I believe it contributes a great deal to people feeling dry and not feeling the experience of love. And that is internet. That is having an experience of something that is so personal and requires my presence somewhere. I'm trying to experience it through a screen. And so I think that one of the reasons Sister Mohini started having the Avyakti Parivar retreats at Peace Village, for instance, it's because she knows that when anyone who comes to those retreats come together as a family, come together in person, it's a very different experience. So you're together, you are face to face, you are kind of rubbing shoulders, metaphorically. Of course, you don't do it physically. You're eating together, you're studying together, you are talking together face to face, not through a phone, not through Zoom, not through a screen. And it makes a very big difference.
Mhm.
We could look at Bap Dada on Zoom, on the screen, through a recording, but it's a very different experience when I'm in Madhuban in front of him as he is speaking. And I think that the reason that we're not feeling the love that, say, for instance, we felt in our generation, it's because we don't make ourselves available to be with the gathering in person. And I think that's one of the major contributing factors. So, and that is why Baba creates centers. So if I don't attend this, if I don't go to the centers, how am I going to feel the love of the family? How am I going to feel a sense of belonging? How would I feel a sense of belonging if I'm just staying at home and looking at everything on Zoom? I wouldn't feel that sense of belonging in quite the same way. I have to be with the people. I have to talk to the people. I have to get to know the people. So I think if we do a little bit more of that, showing up and being present where the family is, whether it's at the local centers or whether it is in Madhuban, making that once a year trip, it makes a very major difference
Mhm.
feeling that sense of belonging and that sense of being a family.
Thank you. And I mean, I myself have felt that even living at the center, for example, I go and be part of a bigger gathering at Peace Village. I'm remembering Baba here also, but when I go and remember, be part of the gathering and, in yoga, definitely there is a difference in the energy and difference in the experience. So I think we don't realize what we are missing if we're actually not doing it. So it's a good one to say that if I am lacking God's love, Baba's love, then let me go to a place where there are yogis sitting and experiencing Baba's love. Then, like you said, we're above each other. That love actually can be shared in the air, and then I can feel it. Those vibrations will touch me, will help me to go to, to experience Baba's love. Maybe one last question. We have just a couple of minutes. Knowing this is Dadi this month and you already shared Dadi this story, would you say that it was her love that made the organization expand so much? And in that too, especially, was love more palpable in the form of generosity and forgiveness in Dadiji?
Yes, I would say that. But Dadi Ji's love wasn't a love that, as you could see, there was a royalty in her love from my story. Like she would never tell us what was wrong with us. She would use what was right to make it right for us. And so I think that she had a lightness about her. She was very playful. She was all her laugh. Of course, you never see a picture of Dadi Ji serious. There's always her big laugh. You know, she has a smile, like a
Yeah.
$1 million smile. It's so big. It says so much. But her love carried a sense of truth in it. Dadi Ji's love was true love. She loved you in a way that made you feel she loved you for who you are. She's seen you, she knows you, she has accepted you for who you are. And she treated you as though when you arrived in Madhuban, it was a strong feeling you got from her that when you went up to her and you said, Om Shanti, she would say, welcome to Baba's home, your home. You know, they have that slogan, but she would sometimes repeat it to you. And then whether you're off the train or whether you had your shower, you know, off the train, you're very dirty. If you had your shower, it was fine. It didn't matter to her. She would either hold your hand or she would kind of embrace you, meaning that, you know, it didn't matter if you had arrived and this was your home. But a stronger feeling that you used to have from Dadi in terms of her love was that feeling of belonging. But she never made you feel you belong to her. She always would make you feel that you are Baba's child. So I am welcoming you as Baba's child to Madhuban. And because you're a Baba's child, you're also you belong to me. And so my love for you is connected to your belonging to Baba. So she always made us feel that sense of truth in the way she expressed love. And I think that it's a very rare kind of experience of love in which, in that love, you are given permission to be who you are as you are in that moment, but at the same time, you are embraced with a love that makes you feel a truth that you can trust in this person. And that was Radhiji.
Very nice. And that's why there was so much of nurturing happened in her presence when you would meet her or be with her or go around with her. Well, this was great. Thank you so much. Wonderful chit chat. And I'm sure tomorrow we all can experiment experiencing Baba's love, swinging in the swing of happiness, and experiencing all the unlimited treasures of happiness that Baba has come to give us. Om
And
Shanti.
thank you, Brother Dave. And Avyakti Parivar needs to know that I'm in Boston here with you, even though we are in different rooms. And I'm here to celebrate Rakhi with the Boston family. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Thank you so much, Didi. So now, tomorrow is Saturday and our schedule from Amrit Vela 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. 6 o'clock meditation will start, followed by Hindi Avek Muli until 8:30 a.m. Translation will be available in the afternoon 1:30 to 3 p.m. Awake the children class 3 to 4 p.m. Awake the youth class. In the evening 6 o'clock, Bhatti will start, followed by Hindi series, English series, and chit-chat. Now let's remember Baba and take Drishti from Didi.
है हमने प्यार वो पाया जो दुनिया पा नहीं
ओम शांति, ओम शांति।
ओम शांति।
ओम शांति मोहिनी दीदी।
थैंक यू दीदी, थैंक यू बाबा।
ओम शांति दीदी, थैंक यू बाबा, थैंक यू अव्यक्ति परिवार, ओम बाबा।
गुड मॉर्निंग।
Muchas gracias.